Find another entrance.
Good morning, boys and girls of the internet. Today is Wednesday, May 16th, 2018, and this is vlog number 135. And yeah, it's nice. It's gonna be a nice, bright, sunny day today. Not a cloud in sight, so we know it's gonna be hot. As you can see, yeah, again, not feeling the whole facial thing today, so we're gonna switch to God of War. Let's go. Anyways, so I'm still in this same area here of God of War. So, I hope you're not getting too tired of God of War footage, but hey, what the hell, I got a bunch of it. So, it's a pretty game. It's an awesome game. You all should be playing it. If you're not playing it, what the hell you're doing with your lives? Anyway, so, there's a YouTube channel that I've discovered last week that I've been watching, and it's been it's a very interesting channel. It's this kid named Alec Steele. He's like 20 years old, from like the UK. And he has a big old like metal shop. He's a blacksmith. He's been like blacksmithing, like he said, since he's like 11. But he has his YouTube channel, and he's really successful at it. Like I didn't look at like the whole history of his YouTube channel, but you know, I've seen some of his recent videos, and I looked at a couple of his past videos from like last year. And this kid has been like, you know, rapidly growing his channel. So much so that, you know, he obviously was able to go from like a basic workshop into this really huge shop with all kinds of awesome machinery that he uses for forging. So he just makes blades. So I'm assuming that you know, right now blade making and forging, that's the in thing. That's like the cool thing to watch, because over the last, like, you know, 2 years or so, I forget what year it started, there was a show on History Channel called Forged in Fire. This is a show that I enjoy. Me and my father watch it all the time. It's a really enjoyable show. They get 4 blade makers from across the country, and they just have them in like a kind of a competition to try to like forge out weapons, you know, within a certain time limit. If you haven't seen the show, you know, that's pretty much a basic premise. They start off, you know, in a couple rounds of competition. The first day that they're there, they're supposed to make a knife. They give them parameters of a knife. They give them they throw them curveballs of like, oh, you're supposed to use this type of metal, or, you know, here's a car, cut metal off the car and make a blade out of that, you know, and different things like that. And they give them like a time limit. They go like 3 hours, or sometimes 4 hours if it's like a really hard challenge. And that's just to kind of like forge the blade itself. And then they eliminate one of the 4 guys in the first round. You know, if they didn't make, you know, if there's something wrong with the knife or something. Second round is supposed to like finishing up the blade, attaching a handle, and then they go put it through challenges once it's a finished knife. Then after that, they eliminate another guy, and they go to a final round, which basically it's like they send them back to their home forges for 5 days to make a historical weapon. Usually it's like a big sword, or like an axe, or something, you know, an iconic weapon from history. That's what they call it. And they judge them off that. It's a really interesting show. I'm not a fan of a lot of reality shows or like game shows, but you know, this is one of the few I do watch, because it's interesting, and you learn a lot about knife making. Like, I'm starting to know terms from like making knives that I would never have known before. You know, I know what a fuller is. I know what Damascus is. I know what, you know, when you always see like history where like, oh, they're making a sword the sword's all hot, and they plunge it into a bath of water, and it to cool it down. Well, no, that's hardening. You put it in the water, and you find out that water is not the ideal thing to use when you're making a blade, because it cools it too rapidly. You want to put it in a certain type of oil, and the oil, cools it and hardens it better than water does. Because if you cool it too fast, it makes the metal brittle. That's all stuff that I would never have really known, unless I've watched shows like Forge and Fire. Anyway, this kid, Alec Steele, that's his YouTube channel, so you can look him up. I'll put a link down in the description. With his channel, that's all he does. He forges things, and he's coming right at the great time of when this show is on, because obviously blade making shows are like the in thing now. Like Forge and Fire is extremely popular show. They're making a spin-off show of it where it's called like Forge and Fire, like something battle or something. What they're doing is they're getting people with knives, and they had set them through these like challenges, like chop things up. Anyways, that's a new show they just started. There's a couple of other shows of blacksmiths of stuff making weapons, and they're kind of coming and going, and so right now people like watching people making knives. I can imagine shows like Forge and Fire are making a lot of people interested in making knives and swords and stuff, but I can imagine that's going to kill the market. Because how many people out there want to buy like custom, like handmade knives? And I don't know how many knife makers there are in this country, but is there that big of a demand for it? If there is, good, but if not, you're gonna get a lot of knife makers out there just starting their craft. It might become good knife makers, might not be, but you're going to see a supply and demand issue where there's going to be too much supply and not enough demand. There's too many knife makers out there. At any rate, if you want to do it for a hobby, that's fine. Do it. That's all well and good. But going back to Alec Steele. Sorry, I keep going off tangent. What's really good about his show is his YouTube channel. And I noticed it because I watch a couple other YouTubers that are also very successful. And the reason why they're successful is that they have interesting and engaging content. There's so many YouTubers, of course, different categories of different themes of whatever subject you kind of want to watch, about. And whatever subject is out there, there's always like, the everyday YouTubers who, like me, have like 4 subscribers. So thank you, 4 subscribers, yay! And then there's also the ones that do the same type of content, but they have like, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or like 1 million plus subscribers. And they are the successful ones. Now, what's the secret to success on YouTube? Well, I can't really answer that because I have 4 subscribers. I don't know what it takes to be successful at YouTube, but it's obvious that some of the keys to success, one is a focus. If you focus on like a subject and you kind of just make it that, you drive in your audience to that because that's what they want to see. So, say like Mark the Brownie, he does a lot of tech review stuff, and he's been doing tech related stuff, and that's all he really does is tech, which is really cool. He has a good channel. Peter McKinnon, he does a lot of things about videography and photography. And of those, with those 2 guys, plus like Alec Steele, what else do they have that makes their channel successful? And this is just my theory of what makes them successful, is they have character. They're very engaging. They're very interesting to watch. They're not boring. They're not some like guy just droning on. They have personality. A lot of times they have a boisterous personality, a very happy personality. Like Alec Steele, he's like the most happiest go lucky guy I've ever seen. He's very, joyful about his stuff, and like he's, of course he has like that British accent, and he's very loud and very like excitable. But he's not like he's not annoying to watch. Also, another key to add to that personality is to have an engaging channel in other areas, such as how it looks and how it sounds. Of course, this is YouTube, so you want it to look and sound good. So, like Marcus Brownie, Peter McKinnon, and Alex Steele, I mentioned those three specifically. There's a shitload more YouTubers out there that are also successful, that do other things, but these are successful, I believe. This supports my theory. For all the same reasons. They have great cinematography. They pay attention to how their shots look. They pay attention to angles that they're doing things. They do interesting things with their angles. So it's fun to watch. Your eyes are glued to the screen because it's they just go in on these angles that make it very cinematic. They also put interesting music into their videos. Now, some of the music I'm not a big fan of because I'm very picky with my music, but if you notice, a lot of times I've put music on my videos just in the background, only because I'm not copying, I'm like emulating some of these successful YouTubers that just put something in there just so there's nothing dead in the background. Now, of course, they also make sure to choose music that kind of fits, and they also put a lot more time and effort into editing their videos and their shots and their cinematography to better match the music. So, like with Alec Steele, you'll see maybe I'll put like music that has a beat, and if he's working on his forge and he has like a power hammer, he has like this big block of glowing steel into the power hammer. You'll see it edit cut right when the hammer hits. When the hammer hits, you'll hear that beat of the music, and that's what he does, and it makes the videos that much more exciting. And I wish I can do this kind of thing, but I just don't have the time or energy to really do that. I can do it, but again, I'm just a guy sitting here talking. I'm not going to be, editing just blabbing about things to a beat. So that's just not what will fit this style of video. So, but for their style of video, whenever he's doing his creation, he'll put he'll kick in a soundtrack, and it'll fit. It's like a montage type of thing. Of course he'll have parts where he's talking to the audience as well, and but he's still very engaging. In they'll still they'll cut to multiple camera angles. There won't be like one boring static shot. So I know he has someone in there like filming and helping him, so that also helps tremendously. But of course, there's also shots where he'll cut to a different camera, and it's just like a static camera on a tripod. And you can see it all in his new shop, on the ceiling. He obviously has like he must have planned this out, and he must have knew ahead of time. Okay, this is how I want my shots to always look, because he has like a big lighting rig of LED panels all around his shop, focused on different areas of his shop. Because what's a good thing when it comes to cinematography? Good lighting. You want things to be lit well, and so everything you could see what the hell he's wanting to show. So and this this one of the series of videos I was watching of his, he was making this Japanese katana, and it turned out to be like a 14-part series. And he does work like literally every single day. He's putting out a new video every day, and it's amazing. And so this is obviously his job. Like right now, like that's his thing. He obviously thought, okay, I'm gonna put out a video every single day of whatever work I'm doing, and it's fantastic. Like he's always doing something new. He's always trying to do something engaging. I'm sure I mean, like I said, I haven't looked at all of the videos on his channel. I looked at a couple of his other videos, and like I watched like his katana series, which, by the way, he's very, for a young kid who he's extremely meticulous in his forging. He's very calculating. He measures everything like with a micrometer down to like, you know, he's like, oh, I need to file this down like one little file, and that's it. And like that's what he needs, and he's like perfectionist. So, at any rate, like usually like a smith that makes blades, you know, that takes a lot of years of experience. But this kid, like, he's far more experienced, but beyond his years. I have to, you know, hand it to him. I know nothing about blade making other than what I've seen on Forge and Fire, so I can't really, you know, attest to how good he really is. You know, I'm sure it'll take the word of a better and far more experienced blacksmith to kind of judge his quality, but from what I can tell, he is a perfectionist, and he makes extremely beautiful show quality pieces. But he has fun doing it, and he has a great personality that makes you want to watch him, and it makes, when he's excited about when something turns out well, and he's like, you know, yelling and hooting and jumping around, you're excited too. You're like, wow, that's cool. So yeah, I look forward to watching more of his channel, and you know, it got me thinking of what about my channel, and like maybe I should like switch it to be a little more focused myself. But I still like doing these daily vlogs, just talking about whatever comes to mind. So I'm always going to continue doing that. But it makes me think about when I do more focused content, like say doing like a tech review or a photography vlogs. I want to have it a little more engaging. I want to have that spark, that shot of adrenaline or something. I don't know. But I also want to try to bring my own style to it, like, or try to come up with my own style. That's always a hard part. And you know, I'm a creative person, but I might not be as that creative in that way. And also, you always have to kind of think about, oh, okay, if you want to be creative in a certain way, that might take a lot of time and might take more effort than what it's worth. You know, especially when you start starting off. I'm sure if I look at Alec Steele's like early content, it might not be as dynamic and engaging. It might be like more static. You know, so I'm sure as time gone on, he's expanded and developed his own style naturally. So maybe that's why I have to do it. I don't know. So anyway, check out this guy. Check out his channel for sure. You know, I'm sure, you know, even if you don't like blades or if you don't like forging metal, you know, you might enjoy what he does, and you might get interested in that type of work. So that's all well and good. That's all on my mind for today. I can't really think of much else to talk about. I am tired. I'll catch y'all later. Everybody have a good day, and I love you.